Hey guys, Peyton Snavik here again for another video for you guys today. So this is kind of like a random type video I'm doing tonight. But in this video, I'm gonna be talking about like the top 10 like movies that I think that should come out from Warner Archive to Blu-ray. Which, if you don't know what the Warner Archive is, which I'll show you an example, like a movie like Bad Ronald, which is a Warner Archive movie. Like movies like these are like one of these movies where you have to like order them from Amazon or from the WarnerArchive.com because they're bootlegs. Which, because in the back you kind of can see it. It's like a bluish type color. It's like where I got the Family Matters DVD seasons 5 to 9. I had to get those from the Warner Archive website. And that's basically what it is. So, because you know now that Warner Archive has been doing like some cool like Blu-ray releases. Like I know there's only 2 Blu-ray releases that they did that I would really want to get. Which they did Night School a couple months ago, and this month I think it's either this month or in March they're doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Um, and yeah, but this list is like my opinions on what should come out to Blu-ray from the Warner Archive collection. And now, really, in this list, it doesn't have to come out from the Warner Archive collection. Really, I mean, some of these movies are hard. I mean, because some of these they could come out from like Arrow Video or Screen Factory. Because some of them I can see how that they could come out from a Screen Factory release. So but overall, some of these are some kid movies as well that could come out from the Warner Archive collection. Sorry if you saw what that's a piece of paper I have. Alright, so let's get started. So this is the top 10 movies for... Alright. So the first one on here that I have on this paper is the movie Monkey Trouble. It's been always one of my favorite movies. Always really loved that movie. One of my favorite childhood movies. They did actually do a Warner Archive release of that on DVD. It came out like a couple months ago. It's kind of weird because there already was an actual like DVD release of this movie, so I don't know why Warner Archive like did a release of it as well for like on DVD. I mean, they really could have done like a Blu-ray release of it, because that is a really good movie. But it's basically about this monkey, this capuchin monkey who and his owner is like very abusive to this monkey. And, he's teaching this monkey how to steal stuff, and it was kind of like the movie Dunston Checks In, which is another one of my favorite childhood movies of all. He's abusing this monkey, and the monkey ends up running away, meeting this girl who's played by Thora Birch in one of her earlier movies, which she did that movie. What was that? The Hocus Pocus. I think she did that movie first, and then Monkey Trouble. And she did the movie Train, which was supposed to be like a Terror Train remake, but she ends up being friends with this monkey, and taking care of it, and her parents basically don't know about it. But it's a really great movie. I mean, I recommend you guys check that movie out because I watched that movie so many times, and it's always been one of my favorites. Alright, the next one here, number 2, is... Now, this one... Now, there's a lot of negative reviews on this movie, but I always kind of liked it. I haven't seen the first one. Well, I've seen parts of the first one, like, a long time ago when I was, like, 7, but I always watch this one more. I don't know what it is about this one, but the next one is Son of the Mask. Yes, I know. What is wrong with me? I know it's not a good movie, but there's just something about that one I don't know, I always kind of enjoyed. It's about this baby who becomes born, like from the mask or something. I can't remember. It had like Jamie Kennedy, and it's his dog ends up finding this mask, and of course Jamie's character ends up putting the mask on, and does like craziest stuff, and Loki, like God of Mischief guy, is looking for the mask, looking for the right baby that was born with that mask, because he knows that the baby has like all these powers that he does. You know, he could like turn himself in like we call it Daffy Duck or whatever. I don't know. I always kind of enjoy that one. I know it's not a great one, but you know what? I always kind of enjoyed it. That's a definitely one that maybe should come out the Warner Archive. All right, the next one, number 3, is the Little Vampire. Wow, my mom really got me into that movie. I first watched that movie when it was on ABC Family, and I believe I was 8 or 9 when I saw it. Starring Jonathan. I can never say his last name right. Lipkinney. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but he was the guy who played George Little from Stuart Little. Um, um, yeah, but this is a movie basically about him. His family move into this mansion. It's like in like UK or something, you know. And his character, he's always like dreaming of these vampires, and he's obsessed with vampires. And one night, he actually meets the vampires that he's been dreaming of. They're talking about because the kids like drawing like pictures of like this red jewel, and the vampires are like shocked. They're like, "Oh my god, you seen it? Where have you seen it? It's very important." They're trying to find this jewel. It's a pretty cool kids movie. It is a must-see movie. Number 4. Now this next one here. Now out of all the Wes Craven movies that he's done, out of all the movies that he's done, this is the movie I really think you guys should watch. I recommend, because this is a movie I also talked about so many times. Besides the movie Near Death, but it's the movie Deadly Friend. I don't know. I always really love that movie. That is definitely a movie that really needs a Blu-ray release, and I can see Warner Archive should do like a release of that, because that is a well done movie in my opinion, about this kid with this robot named BB. Him and his mom end up moving to this house. When the guy has this robot friend, the robot ends up getting shot by this crazy neighbor. Um, and he also meets this girl, played by, what's her name, Christy Swanson. I think it was one of her earlier movies. She has this like abusive father, and the father ends up basically killing her. And the boy has this like plan on how he could bring her back to life by putting like some of the parts from the robot that he had, putting it inside her, and of course, bad things are starting to happen because she's coming back to life. He can control her like he did with his robot. I don't know. It is such a really well done horror movie. I heard that they were going to be remaking this movie, so I don't know. I might, if they remake it, I might see it. I don't know. It could be good. All right, now this next one, number 5, is the movie The Witches. And that's one that Cool Duder always talks about. Well, he hasn't talked about it that much, but it's just about this these witches who end up turning these kids into mice because they smell like crap. And I heard that they were remaking this movie, and I heard that the person that was going to play the Grand High Witch was supposed to be what's her name, Jennifer Lopez. I don't know what I would think about that. She kind of has the look of some kind of like creepy woman, but but the original one, Angelica Houston was really freaking good in that one. She played her acting was outstanding in that movie. She did play like a good job playing like this creepy woman. She kind of does look creepy to this day, But yeah, I don't know. It's with these, kid movie remakes. I know I always let them down with like kids movie remakes, because I'm always liking the kids movie, the original kids movie the best, because I really don't care too much about kids movie remakes. I really only care about like horror movie remakes. I don't know what it is about that, but you know, I would be interested in seeing what they did with the remake. And if they choose Jennifer Lopez for the Grand High Witch, see how she does it. Because I can't really imagine her playing as like a evil type witch. I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see. All right, number 6 is Kangaroo Jack. I don't even think I hear anyone talk about that movie anymore, which everyone knows what it's about. It's basically um, Jerry O'Connell and Anthony Anderson. They basically are FBI's most wanted, and what ends up happening is they make this deal where they have to send this person like money all the way to Australia, and they end up going, and of course, they end up um, running over the kangaroo by mistake, and Anthony's character, he ends up putting like the jacket on the kangaroo, and inside the jacket, of course, is the money that he's supposed to deliver to these bad guys. But of course, the somehow the kangaroo ends up being alive after all and hops away with the jacket, and they're basically trying to find the money, get the money before it's too late. It's I always kind of like that movie. All right, next one is number 7. Is now out of all the Scooby Doo movies, like the animation type films, and this one was also one of my favorite as well. I know, and the cyberspace, or no, Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase was always my favorite as well. But that already has a Blu-ray release. But this is another one that was always my favorite, which was Scooby Doo Meets the Boo Brothers, which was a TV movie. It was made in like 1970. It was animation, of course. And for some reason, because when I when I first watched it, because I used to always go to like libraries and stuff, like rent, get movies, of course, and it was like that time period where I was obsessed with that the Casper movies, and for some reason, because the cover of the movie, the three ghosts in it, reminded me a whole lot of the ghostly trio thing, because I was thinking like, whoa, is those Casper ghosts going to be in this movie as well? But it's not. But you know what? I don't care if they were. I still kind of like the movie anyway. It's basically about Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy. It just stars them. It doesn't have like Velma, Daphne, or Fred, or for some reason. But it's basically Shaggy going. I think he ends up moving to this like mansion that belonged to his grandfather that I think recently died, and he finds out that there's like hidden like treasure in this house, and he's got to find like all these diamonds and jewels and pearls in order to find out where the treasure is. It's kind of a neat one. I always kind of enjoyed it. All right, the next one, number 8. Now, really, I don't consider I consider more like like 1980s or 90s movies come out from Warner Archive, but I guess it really doesn't matter. But this one was always my favorite as well, which I watched so many times because I always kind of liked it, which was the movie How to Eat Fried Worms. Very weird and disgusting movie, but was kind of liked it, about the kid who moves to his house, and he ends up going to a new school, and all these kids are making fun of him, calling him a worm boy, and he ends up saying to one of the bullies, because he was basically originally standing up to himself, saying, okay, I can eat this many worms, 10, and of course the bully is like, all right, let's bet. If you throw up, you lose. And of course he's got to eat all 10 worms by a certain time, and it's always kind of a cool movie. I always kind of liked it. All right, next one, number 9, is Bad Ronald, which earlier I just showed you guys. Yes, Bad Ronald, another movie that Cool Duder always talks about, but that Bad Ronald movie's my mom's, but and Cool Duder was right. That is a really freaking good movie. About this kid who ends up accidentally killing this girl, and in Ronald's character, he's like it's one of those movies where he's like this kid that always gets picked on, but he ends up accidentally killing this little girl, you know, and he ends up telling his mother, and his mother's like, "Oh no, what do we do? We can't take it to the cops." So what he ends up doing, what she ends up doing is hiding him in like inside the walls, and and later like she ends up dying in the hospital or something. But it's years later. He's still hiding behind the walls, and a new family moves in, and he's acting more crazy because he's getting obsessed by this one girl that lives in the house. But it's a pretty neat movie. I recommend you guys watch it. But it is a movie, by the way. If you want to get it on DVD, it is a movie, by the way. You have to get it from the Warner Archive collection. And I'm guessing now you have to get Monkey Trouble from the Warner Archive collection, because I do believe that the original DVD release is out of print. That could be why they redid it from the Warner Archive. I don't know. But if they did, they really could have done it as a Blu-ray release as well. I don't understand why they didn't, though. And the last one, number 10, is the Willard remake. And I love the original movie, which I saw on YouTube in the summertime, and because I knew Walmart was selling the movie Ben, which was the sequel to Willard, and I wanted to watch Willard first and to get Ben. And Ben and Willard, both of those movies were outstandingly good. I know Ben was like popular because like some kind of like Michael Jackson type song, but this is the remake starring Crispin Glover. It's kind of has like the same story as like the original. About Crispin Glover's character Willard. He ends up talking to these rats, and he's obsessed with these rats, and it kind of had like the same type. It wasn't really like shop for shop, but I mean, it almost was. I mean, there was like different scenes that they did. They were like more. It was a little bit more violent, and I think it was like a little bit more gory-ish. But I kind of like the remake though. And that is it for and now there you have it. The top 10 movies that should come out the Blu-ray from the Warner Archive collection. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.